She threw me out there at 12. Real shit. Like, get out. I just didn't understand that shit. Like,
So you got kicked out at the age of 12?
and he was physically touching me. I had rug burns all over my face. So when my parents used to come and see me, my dad really was used to be sad. He couldn't really come no more. He told me he wasn't coming no more. These bitches threw people on the third rail. Nothing was treated kitty in this shit. It's like my eyes is watering up because people don't know what the woman be going through.
Today's story is about Ladie, who was a 12-year-old girl who got kicked out on the streets by her mother. This led her into a life of crime starting at the age of 13 years old. In 2017, when she was released from prison, she made a promise to God that she would not go back, and she changed her life around. This is Ladie's story. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Saving Souls. Today I got Ladie on here. I appreciate you for taking this time out. What's going on with you?
I'm chilling. How you feeling?
I'm blessed. I tell anybody after I did my time, I'm blessed. I just take it one day at a time. So, definitely appreciate having the opportunity to tell your story. So just tell everybody who you are and where you come from, where you grew up at.
My name is Ladie. I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up several places. I'm somewhat a military kid also. So story is wild. But yeah, I'm a military kid. So I grew up, I'm Brooklyn raised. I'm from Brooklyn, Bedford Stuyvesant. But I've been other places during my childhood because being that I'm a military kid.
So what is that like being a military kid? Because I hear people say that. I think you might be the first person I ever met outside a couple people in prison that's a military kid. So what is that like moving around? Because obviously you got to meet new friends and leave old friends, and that could be difficult sometimes to adjust to.
You kind of like hit it right on the nose. That the traveling is like you could be someplace stationed for 2 months and you could enjoy a situation, especially with females, and being a little girl. As soon as you meet somebody, that's your best friend. It's automatically. So, in a lot of places that my dad was stationed at was a lot of YT people. So, like, I would sometimes be the only black person. So, on the moving, learning about being the only black person in a situation, it kind of really groomed me for a lot of things that you're gonna get into a little later, where you
Yeah.
don't even know that that's happening to you. So
Nah,
everything
I
happening
agree.
to
Listen, I understand when I was in middle school, I didn't move around a lot, but sometimes. But when I was in middle school, I was the only black kid in the school. So I get that. I get how that can feel at times. So you moved around a lot outside of the moving. Like, what was your family dynamics like? Was that rough? Was it good?
I kind of feel like I feel like my family was a portrait painting. Like it was something that you would want to see and hang up in your crib and stuff like that. But in reality, that shit was it wasn't like that. Like to the world, it was a facade. Like it was a painted picture for the world for my family. We in the black community, especially like the stuff that we was doing and the way my mom was raising us and the stuff that my dad was raising us. We were definitely like the Cosby Show family. Like
Yeah.
my family dead ass. Like that's how it felt. Like we always had to have this image. Like don't spill that juice. Like get a straw, get a napkin. Like we always had to come like picture perfect. Like my mom say, play that. Like she had to be painted up, man. Listen, she didn't play that. You like she was diva. Like she Terry from Soul Food to this day.
I definitely get it. It's definitely a different dynamic coming from a black family. So, what age would you say that you know what's going on in the family? What age would you say that led you to venturing into the streets?
So I just always want to state this. I never wanted to be in the streets because
Okay.
how I grew up was so well. I grew up in big fancy houses, like because my father's like I keep saying military kids, so sometimes the places he was stationed will take us to some exotic houses, like whoa, you know. So at a
Yeah,
young age, I was already experiencing like California, like when the earthquake came, like people was like the earthquake, and I was like, damn, I lived in California. I was waking up to an earthquake like every week, so I already
yeah,
experienced certain things because of the towns we lived in. Or we already knew a tornado. We've been in a bunker. We've been in so like so I knew these
yeah,
things already. So I was kind of like I'm kind of more advanced with these because, like I said, in the black community, thank God that some for the social media that it made people want to travel and do things with their kids, even if they just like going off of whatever people are posting. And like, hey, that's cool. Let me do it. Good because and when I was growing up, I wish they had something to make them move because we was just looked at like uppity, like because my mom was
yeah.
just doing stuff that was they call it white people stuff where they don't know what's going on. Like
Hmm.
so that's what they label it. I notice black people say that a lot. Like if I be like, damn, my favorite game is Bagman, and they'll go, oh, you like that white people stuff? They don't even know I learned that from prison.
Yeah, yeah, like,
It ain't got nothing to do with the military kid now.
yeah,
So
right.
moving on, my mom's was kind of like a narcissist.
Okay.
So like that's why I kind of put that out there. Like we had to come correct. Like and if you know what I'm saying, like if you spill something on that white shirt, she would like. I used to call her Bobby Dearest. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if people familiar with that movie. Like that's not really short. Like that was a movie where the lady was just wilding on her daughter. Like she was.
Yeah.
Y'all know what it is. There's gonna be some females that definitely know what that movie is. It's Bobby Dearest. So yeah, she was rough with me. Like, yeah. So she basically everything I did. So she threw me out there at 12. Real shit. Like get out. I just didn't understand that shit. Like
So you got kicked out at the age of 12?
yeah, my mom put me out. Everything I did was just like she just really didn't like me, and it was so weird to me because she just like she always said this, like she never changed her story. Like your father wanted you, I wanted the son. Like so, as an adult, I know that shit strike harder now because I really know what you mean now because I would never have said that to my kids. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she just didn't like me, and then when my dad and her like were on the out. And like she said, my dad wanted me, so my dad always treated me of love, and you know we was always tight, you know what I'm saying. But like when you deal with a narcissist, which I don't know this, I didn't know this till now. You know, you got no voice. So my dad was kind of like a cool kind of guy. He really didn't like a lot of drama, like fighting and arguing. My mom liked that kind of stuff and like call everybody and be like, he's this, he's that, he's that, he's that. He actually was a good man. She just like really just drew him away. Like
Yeah.
so so yeah, when he had no control, he had no voice because he was living in a situation of himself. And he was just like throwing me to the wolves, like everything I did. Like if a teacher called and said I was talking or I was like making jokes or whatever, yo, that belt the ass. Like it felt like yo, the world. I was just scared of her. Like I walked through eggshells. Like it was a lot with her on the inside, but on the outside, everybody be like, "I love your mother. Oh my god, you're
Mm.
so lucky." Like,
But they don't
like,
see they don't get to see the behind the scenes stuff that's happening. They just see what's in front of them at that point in time. I get it. I get it. So it's like you 12 years old, you get kicked out. You're a young girl. Like, what's going through your mind? How are you feeling at this point in time? Basically, getting shoved out to the world. Like, yo, go ahead.
I'm
Like,
thinking, so that good little girl who grew up in that military life who wore skirts and ruffled socks. Because you look at my pictures, baby, I had it going on though. But you know, that girl was good. Cause I didn't. I'm 12, first of all. Like I'm 12 and going to reach at 13. You outside with your friends, of course. You probably stay out a little hour late. You know, we didn't have all the cell phones and stuff. You know, we chilling. We was on the block though. Like it wasn't nothing like short. The lady couldn't come downstairs and be like, "Yo, just bring your ass upstairs." You can't even look out the window. We were right on the stoop and stuff like that. We weren't going nowhere. But you made an issue about that, and you were drag it. Like, oh, she doesn't listen. She never listened since she was 4. And like it was just like, whoa, like, oh girl, what's wrong? And then she just everything was like, you gotta go. So it would be like I would spend the night at people's house. And it's crazy. Even then, I would try to never make her look bad. Like I would just jump from crib to crib. Whoever gave me a bed that like it's crazy to say, like a shelter. Whoever gave me a bed, whoever malls was on that. Back in the days, it was just malls that was on that. Like they was outside, so they didn't give a fuck if you was there for a week. So I
Yeah.
just got up with those type of friends usually.
Yeah, now that's sad, especially being 12 years old. So you out there, you moving around from house to house, staying with friends, you putting on the front like everything good. I'm just spending the night because you my friend type of thing. So being out there, what led you and how old were you the first time that you got arrested?
So I was 14. I was 13 going on 14. So I was going to be 14 soon. So I was just in high school, Grady High School. And today I just woke up mad, man. I was able to stay back home at this time, but my situation at home was a revolving door. So like it was like basically I was walking on eggshells, like don't breathe. You breathe a little too hard, you might gotta get out, type shit. Like so I was just not and plus I really wasn't like the more I was in the street, keep coming back, the more mature I was getting, the more independent I was getting, the more I was learning shit from the crowds I was around. So the more I was like coming back to it, I wasn't even really on the same time that my mom's was really on. I started to kick like after a few times, it was like, yo, fuck you. So one day it was like a situation, and I was going to high school and I was going to school, and she was beefing with me, and I got to school and I was hungry, like, what I'm saying? Like, this hungry, I got the good gear on, but we still hungry.
Facts.
So
Facts.
it was a little situation. Like, a girl was in the bathroom. She had the high riser joint, talking about the rain shit, the high riser
Yeah.
little rain, got a little navy shit. But we in high school, so I ain't really thinking smart, but I'm thinking, like, this bitch don't know me. Mind you, I'm popular as fuck. I done came in there, made my wave out there, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I whooped in that back I knocked that bitch out, took her ring. No reason, son. Just angry like a mad kid, son. Like, give me
Yeah.
that fucking ring, nigga. I'm about to call that shit in on Pickett Avenue later, which I did. Shit probably was like a $90 little joint, you know what I'm saying? But that shit got you through. $90 was like $1,000 right back in
Back
the
then. Yeah.
day.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. So you said the first time you got arrested was about 13, 14. Uh, what did you get arrested for, and how long were like? Did you go to the youth detention center, or was it just one of them situations you got arrested and a parent or guardian had to come get you? You got released. So what happened with that?
So I took the ring. Like I told you, I thought I was slick. I thought I was good money. You feel me? So I wasn't even going to school like that because I was like at hooky parties and all types of shit. So I was probably like at a hooky party for 4 days, you know what I'm saying, doing me. So when I got to my projects, which is Red Hook in Brooklyn, I go to my crib and I'll come outside. I'm about to go to school. My man, to this day, I be seeing him. He tell his story. He be like, yo, Scrap, don't go to school. The D's was up there for you. The D's? For what? They said you robbed somebody, robbery to assault. I'm like, oh, word. How sure he knew me? I'm shook, son. So this is where the shit start. So then I go to my pops. My pops don't really live with, he's staying with my mom, but they separated now. But he's staying there, but he not staying there. So I see this nigga, he at the spot. I go to the spot, go knocking on the door. Yo, what up? You gotta come with me to school. They said the D's is looking for me. He like, yo, girl, what the hell you done did? So I'm like, yo, this is what happened. I tell him the truth. He like, they call the cops. The D's do come back to the school, and they don't walk me out with the cops. They walk me out just regular because they said they wasn't going to do that because I turned myself in, and I get locked up. The judge give me a 5 years probation. I don't have wait, mind you, I don't have that yet. I was offered the 5 years probation, and they let me go with my dad that day. So
Okay.
that's what happened. So I was supposed to return back to court. So I did return back to court. At the time, the judge was offering 5 years probation.
Oh, well, good. So you on probation, and I'm
I'm not
assuming
on probation. That's
not
why I
yet,
keep.
not yet.
I'm showing you the clues. I'm not nowhere. I didn't take nothing yet. I'm just. That's on the table.
Oh, wow, it's on the table. So what
Mm.
ultimately happened with that situation then? Did they give you the
Oh,
probation,
so
or did you catch another charge?
I do a bit now because I was on the train cutting school, going to see some boys that my friends from the project said we was going to see in Queens. So a situation happened where a girl, I was in the projects and we was chilling. I had my friend little baby. You know, the girls were getting pregnant at 14 and shit like that. I think I was the godmother. I was the godmother, nobody. I was holding a little baby. Some bitch just jumped out the car. She rocked my shit. I knew who she was, but it was somebody's cousin that we had a little static with from Guadas. So she jumped out the car. She rocked me with the baby. Bye. So I'm like, oh, what? I'll see you again, Shorty. I see Shorty the day we're cutting school. What a fucking coinky. So I see her. So I tell my friend, I'm gonna say Veronica. I tell my friend Veronica, like, yo, that's that girl. She like, chill, son. Yeah, we just had to have fun. We drunk, yo. We coming from we was at the hooky party. We drunk. We coming home. We going back to round. So I'm like, I ain't drunk like that, yo. Ain't nobody gonna snuff me. And I seen them on the train, son, and I don't do nothing. Y'all niggas sound wild for that. I'm gonna go over there and ask Shorty what time it is. If Shorty's looking at me crazy, that's her sign. I'm fucking her up. I go over there, like, hey, you got the time? So when she look up, she look a little nervous. So it's mad of us. It's, oh my God, it's mad of us because the boys we was with ain't riding us back. You know, this is back in the days. Niggas ain't even letting you go home on the train by yourself. They gonna ride from their barrel to the next barrel for they like you know what I'm saying? So that's what them niggas was doing. But my wild self still focused on the girl. So 5 minutes go by, I'm like, the train is going on that line. We on the G line, it's still going. And I'm like, I just roll over there and rock her. Boom, 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 drag her, throw her on the floor, sitting on top of this girl, hitting her. So then my friend, like, everybody laughing, just like how they doing this era. If it was a phone, they would have pulled it out because
Yeah,
nobody was like chill. So then I roll up. It's newspaper. Remember back in the day, newspaper used to be all over the train. I took the
absolutely.
newspaper, a whole bunch of newspaper. I take it. Yo, son, give me a lighter. Give me your, to the Veronica. Give me a lighter. My other friend, she jumps in like she was just a hood bitch. Like she just start kicking this bitch in the face. So the whole time is a D on the train. He never breaks it up. The D is watching everything, the detective. So I take this paper, I rolls it up, and I lights it on fire. And I commence to putting it to the shorty face and body. So it wasn't deep burns, but it was enough to catch a charge. So the people stopped the G line. This is how serious it got. The G line got stopped in the middle of the station, reaching to Hoy Iskimohoy. And that was a long stop for the next stop. They came up in the train and stopped that joint. Came up in the train. Don't move, freeze. Oh, like, what? Who the fuck on the captain? We ain't even at the next stop. We haven't been off the train. Like, what?
Yeah, crazy.
So I get dragged through the train station, cuffed up, and then it's a precinct on Hoy Skimmerhoy and me. They locked up me and the girl, that short girl, because she was kicking and stuff, and the police let the other ones go.
Man, that's crazy. So you still 14 at the time, and now you booked. So is this the first time that you actually experienced prison because of that charge? Like the youth house. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, because remember the first time I ever got in trouble, I still got that case for the
Pending.
yeah, because even when I get sentenced, so I get sentenced. Moving forward, I get sentenced. I get sentenced to 2 to 6. So the judge who they sent me back to my original judge from the first case. So I never forget what that man said. He said, "Yo, you think the world is wrong and you're right. So since you think that, I'm giving you a 2 to 6." Yo, it's funny how you can remember what the judge said to you, yo. And I'm looking at the
Uh,
nigga like, so I don't give a fuck. I'm young. I'm ruthless. I'm like, whatever. I ain't got nowhere to live, nigga. So like, fuck you, and I got a place to live now. So then I go to the Bizet. I meet my first best friend, and she's still my friend to this day, JD. And once we get back there, she got the new Jordans, the black and white shit. Like, she got the Sherlin on, the orange joint, got her curls, she got her shells on. I'm like, she like, I heard about your case, and then she telling me how she had a razor in her mouth. This bitch gets through with the razor in her mouth. This is why she in there. She like, yo, I don't. She's Jamaican. She got a little Jamaican voice. First time really fucking with a Jamaican American girl. She was wilding. So we already knew we already made a thing in the back of the cell before we get to Spofford. Oh, so if anything go down in that joint, I got you, Sonny. You got me.
Nah. That's how it be. People don't understand that, like, any type of facility, whether it's prison, whether it's the youth house, you could literally walk into there and connect with a person, become friends with that person instantly, right? It just be a vibe thing. And that's just what it be. And unless you experience that, you probably won't understand that. So y'all are 14, y'all going in there, y'all whole plan is y'all taking over the joint. And this is the youth house. You got sentenced to 6 years with a 2 year, you said six year with 2 years ineligible before you can be released, right? That's crazy to have that sentence at 14 years old. I know you say you ain't care, but like, what was it like going through the process of being in the juvenile facility at that point in time, which is considered probably the juvenile prison you go to? Because I actually went to Jamesburg, was like the juvenile prison in New Jersey, right? But it was sweet. To me, it was sweet. It's like they let you run around, do whatever you want to do. So as a young girl, like, what was that like going through that experience of just being in there,
I don't know
especially
if
two
you know about
years?
Spofford in the Bronx. So at that time, Spofford in the Bronx, and I know that this is your platform, what you do. So I know you're gonna find out anybody from New York. That Spofford in the Bronx was a different type of move because it was just like you don't know who in there because everybody could mix. So we actually wrecked with the boys. We actually did stuff with the guys. People would come up pregnant. It was a lot going on. So the fact that it was men that we could,
Yeah,
you already know what time it was. So when I came in, it was closet girls. So it's like this is when you get your good cool points for the woman. So this is little kids. This is when I know. So I go to the thing. They go get your sweater, your sneakers. So we got Pumas, a red sweater that says Spofford, and we got a pair of jeans that looked probably like some Chewies, and they had Spofford on the pocket. But when I get to the closet, my bitch is running the closet. Free her. You know what I'm saying? And she running the closet. She like, I seen you in the paper. She give me new Pumas, new Swafford red t-shirt, new blue crispy jeans. Oh, I'm in, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm in. You know what I'm saying? They saw my crowd. They like, oh, you burned the bitches up. So what's up? So that's how
yeah,
I felt. So
yeah.
I'm young, and that's how I really felt. Like how these kids feel now. That's why I don't judge them because I was already coming from a fucked up situation and I was feeling unloved where I was at. And I came into a situation where I'm loved. You know what I'm saying? Whether
Exactly.
it was negative, any attention is good attention for their lords of power. You should know
Now,
that.
but that's real though. People don't understand that's real. When you come from a family dynamic or just your environment where you're not feeling love, and then you get around people that's showing you love, it's easier to gravitate to them, especially as a young kid. And people don't understand how that can mess with your mind. Like, you could be willing to do a whole bunch of negative stuff for everybody that you with because y'all all come from the same type of environment on your own individual journey. And that's the connection right there. People don't understand about that. So I get it. I definitely get it.
That
I got my
loyalty is
own, I got my own life that I experienced with it too. So I definitely get it. I definitely get it. So you do 2 years in, well, let me go back. You get sentenced to the six with the two. Did you meet the eligibility to get released in 2 years, or did you do more than 2 years?
so I actually my mom's, even though she was weird though, son, I'm telling you, This lady got a paid lawyer, right? Because she was like, that's too much time. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, what? So when I get to Tryon, I don't know if you know what Tryon is. That's upstate New York for girls
Okay.
and guys. So I was in DFY Division for Youth, and the facility that I was in was Tryon, Secure. So they had a secure and non-secure. Non-secure was usually for the people with pens warrants, and then they had a secure unit was 50 and 51. 50 and 51. That's when that was the highest states. You know, girls that committed murder because I was locked up with murderers. Because when I got upstate, it was a whole nother ball game. I was in Spofford with kidnappers and murderers because the girl who gave me that shit, her crime was crazy. So so I was already like in a judge, like, oh, whoa, what's going on? So everybody that I was cooking up with, they was already upstate ready. So we was already waiting for the bus. So I didn't really stay in Spofford long, but upstate was where shit got spooky. Word.
I can't imagine. So you went in at 14. What time? What age were you when you got released from there?
Um, so I was actually probably 15 by now. So I got released from there. Yeah, no, I was still 14 because when I got paroled, I was 16. So yeah, I left early. Like I said, my mom got that lawyer, and that lawyer seen that something was wrong with that time. So that 2 to 6, I was supposed to be charged as a youthful offender, not a JO, a juvenile offender.
Okay.
So he gave me juvenile offender time. And he was supposed to give me youthful offender time. So my lawyer fought that 2 to 6, it had got dropped down to the 1.5 to 3. So I ended up doing I was eligible for parole in a year.
So you ended up doing basically a year, a little bit over a year off of that whole
But
situation.
when I made parole, I actually did my whole time because I made parole in December, but then I think I was released like March or something like that. So they
Oh,
still
so
like got
you did the whole 3 years then.
no, I never got the 3 years.
Oh,
You
you
didn't hear
never
what I
got
said?
it.
Because I got it. I got sentenced to it, but then my mom's got a lawyer. The lawyer looked
Okay.
into the case and see that I was a juvenile offender. I mean, a youthful offender. So if you know about juvenile youthful offenders in New York City, a juvenile offender is you could only charge me that time 2 to 6. I was a youthful offender. You cannot give a youthful offender over that time. So the
Uh,
lawyer knew that. So that charges got down to like a civil. If you don't do nothing, whatever, whatever, I had to go there to sign papers and all this stuff. So it got dropped down. So the 2 years turned into the 15 months. So I was able for parole in a year.
all right. So you home now, you on parole. At this point, did you think to like, let me get myself right? I know I just went through this whole situation because even as a young kid, you can sit there and say, okay, I just went through this. I don't want to go through this again. Or did you go back into all that you knew?
Oh, shit got bigger. Cause I done came home and this motherfucking house is like a crack house. So it was like I left for one thing and came home to another thing. I wasn't trying to be up in there. It was new clothes out. Niggas was wearing the beers. I think Old Navy just had hit. I was like, I want some of that. I was already in the streets, so I was boosting. I was one of the top boosters. Like this story could go all over, but like even my wing in the street, I made myself number one. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever I touched, no matter whatever I did, I made myself number one at it. Like you gonna know who the fuck I be. Cause like I kept saying to you, like I always stress, when you don't feel like you love that home, you make a street love, and that's what I basically did. So my
I
bids kept
agree.
coming, and because the more what they call it now, they call it clout now, but the more popular I got, and the more I was already popular, but the more popular I got now for that money on, and doing different things, the name got bigger, the states got bigger, the moves got bigger. So by
Ah,
16, I already violated parole because I caught a drug case in New London, Connecticut.
man, I get it. So you caught a new case. Did that ultimately lead you to doing more time? And if so, or if not, like how many more times did you get arrested after that first time, or do time after that first time you did that juvenile bid when you got parole?
Got 52 arrests.
52 arrests. That is a lot. That is a lot. And off of them 52 arrests, how much total time you would say that you did?
I never even thought about that shit. Because sometimes it was like in and out sometimes, but it was the fact that when I even got my rap sheet, because I was trying to get a job somewhere, they was like, "Go get your rap sheet," and I say, "Oh, don't fucking rap." My shit was big. I had to go to DC get the paper. I had to go everywhere I was locked up at. I had to get the
Yeah.
disposition. I was tight. Good thing, things was moving forward. They were able to email me certain things, but damn.
50, yeah, nah, 52 arrests is a lot. So you say you was in different states. How many different states that you got arrested in that you had to do time in?
State County, Washington, um, what was that little town I got? Miami. I mean, that's state. That little town in Fort Lauderdale, um, Virginia, Brooklyn, New York, Brooklyn, New York, the most, Manhattan, Connecticut. The last bit I just came home on in 2017 was Connecticut. Long Island, that fucking case, New Jersey, yep, your spot. Um, the
So
fuck
yeah,
Jersey.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
they
that's like five different states that you got arrested in. Five different states. So what was the longest amount of time that you did at one point in time that you had to sit down for?
twice Connecticut, Rikers, um, upstate, Bedford,
And what was the
Albion,
longest and what was the longest time that you had to sit down for?
3.5.
So you did 3.5. And what spot that was in? That was in what, New York or Connecticut?
Actually, it was in Connecticut.
Connecticut. What was that like? Because you're not from Connecticut. And was you an adult at this time?
Yes.
All right. So what was that? What was that like? Like going in and out. I tell people that ask me, like, when you go through the juvenile systems, it's sweet. Like we were just talking about, it's sweet. So like it doesn't prepare you for actual prison, right? They let you run around. You kids. They let you run around all day. They give you what you want all the time. But
But my other like that, they was able to restrain us. So
yeah,
that was part of my story. Yeah, they was putting their hands on me. They
yeah, that's
so that's
crazy.
kind of what built the demon in me. Like it was a man there and he was physically touching me. I had rug burns all over my face. So my parents used to come and see me. My dad really was used to be sad. He couldn't really come no more. He told me he wasn't coming no more because the nigga used to just restrain me all the time. So that's why I know how to crochet. And I used to fight a lot. And that's why I know a lot about Ramadan because also a state at 14, we was doing Ramadan. So it's crazy. So this jail and the shit I've been through, your shit may have been a kiddie thing. This shit wasn't no kid thing. These bitches threw people on the third rail. Nothing was treated kiddie in this shit. Bitches was on Seroquel at 14.
Yeah,
They
no,
was
that's
shooting
crazy.
one of my friends. I'm so glad she better. They used to have my bitch like this. I used to be
Word.
like, yo, chill, y'all, they going too much mess. And they wanted to be shooting me out with mess. And my mom's the only thing with my mom, she wasn't really jacking none of that shit. She was like, one day she came, I was flubbing at my mom. She was like, what you want? I was like, Therazine. She said, who the fuck told them people to give you Therazine?
Yeah,
She said, I ain't
that's
signed
that,
no papers for no fucking Therazine. She started
yeah,
wilding up.
yeah, no, that's crazy. That is crazy. So you got 3.5 years in Connecticut. What was that like?
Horrible, horrible, son. But horrible. But I was like, I just don't want nobody going to jail, son. Like that shit, yo, word up, that shit was so horrible once you said it. Like it immediately, like it's like my eyes is watering up because people don't know what the woman be going through. And the Connecticut bitches was different because them bitches was really killers. They crimes was different than the New York bitches. The New York bitches was on some money shit. Couple of bitches probably stabbed up a nigga, caught a little ill will type shit. I was up there at the time. Amy Fisher, she done shut that bitch in the head. That was my own girl though. But like shit like that, like these girls like moving forward, being older, they was home invasion. One lady, these are the ladies that's on the Lifetime shit. Like, my word. Like, they
I
told me
believe.
they signed the Lifetime papers. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no, the movement in it is fucked up. It's like you gotta be. I was maximum, so I didn't make it to the last bit I did. That was a white collar, so I was able to go to minimum. But the other crimes I did, I wasn't able to go to minimum. I was in the heavy shit, and that shit. Good thing. I just want to say this: if you ain't got no, if you ain't got, I mean, if you don't know how to jail, and you know what I mean by that, is some people go watching your shit know what I'm talking about. If you don't know how to jail, you fuck. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause that Connecticut shit, I'm gonna just be for real. But like, when I'm tell people what knowing what how to jail, cause they don't know. They squid. They watching the shit. Knowing how to jail is basically a con. Let me keep that shit real. That's why I don't want to put it on the table like that. It's a con. So it was a girl in that shit. She was getting SSI. Her name was Maddie, right? My moms ain't sending me nothing, son. Ain't nobody sending me shit, cause it's like you caught another bid. You wasn't even home 2 months, and you caught a drug case, bitch. What the fuck? You trying to move some shit? So they wasn't fucking with me. As soon as I came in, that's why my grandmother used to be like, "Yo, they seen you coming now as an adult." Yo, all that little shit she used to be saying, that shit made mad sense. Son. It was like, God, I'm gonna really be real with you with this. Don't matter what I've been through, no matter what I had to go through, God really had my back. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even
Facts.
in the process of being incarcerated, he had my back. And I know it sounds weird to people, and it's gonna sound like, what the fuck you mean? Like, yo, he took care of me. He sent me to people. So in New York, I know young men don't call that. So in New York, the females, we have things we call jail mothers, jail fathers. I mean, not fathers, but yeah, they be fathers. I ain't gonna lie, the Dykes be our fathers, but oh yeah,
Yeah, y'all be
like,
having like the whole family dynamic going on in female prison,
right.
from what
So
I hear.
yeah, so it's like they'll take a liking to you too if they, you know what I'm saying. So this lady Maddie, this she didn't take a liking to me. God sent me to this lady. Like, this is the one you got to be in record. This is the only way you're gonna survive. So this lady used to get SSI. She used to like me so much because I had that New York shit, and she was and then God said, while you there, you gotta play the infirmary. So you probably, when I say play, you know what I'm talking about. But Connecticut infirmary was like going to a 5-star hotel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your own shop. It was just another. It was just another. It was just cool to be there right then and there. So I did a year in the infirmary with the lady with the SSI check. So after that, I had everything like blow dryer. Cause Connecticut jail commissary is also different. You know what I'm saying? I had perm, snap, you know what I'm saying? And she was also there for 10 years. So whatever I needed from there, she made sure wherever I moved, I got whatever I needed. So my whole I didn't do the whole 3, my 2.5 years in Connecticut, she took care of me, the lady.
Nah, listen, you said it perfectly. People don't understand it. And I believe, like, as we go through our experiences and look back, you can reflect of how God saved you in so many different ways throughout just life outside of incarceration. And I feel the same way. It's like throughout my bed, God placed the right people around me and everything. Yes, it's hard being in there, but when you got the right people around you to gel with, it makes it so much easier, right? And you know it's people that got your back, and y'all not on BS time, but it's just like genuine love at one point, like you really family with them people that you're growing with. So God will definitely do that, and I'll tell anybody, I'm a living testimony of it myself. I literally had 60 years and I walked out after 19 years because God placed it on the heart of the governor of New Jersey to start commuting people's sentences. And I'm one of 5,000 people because 4,500 didn't get theirs commuted, but I'm one of 5,000 people that was blessed to get 41 years knocked off my sentence. That's why I'm here. So trust me, everything that I know that God do it. I know that God do it. So I understand what you're saying. And like you said, God didn't walk you through everything, no matter how hard it might have looked at that time. As a grown woman, you can sit back and say, I only got through that because of God. So I definitely get that. You say the last time you was incarcerated was you came home was 2017, 2018. So
17, February 17th.
so think about that. So now we're in March 2026. That's 9 years ago. So first and foremost, I want to say shout out to you being home 9 years straight, right? Especially going through everything that you explained, right? So that right there, just an honor in itself to be able to go through so much hardship and then turn around and really start getting your life together. So in the last 9 years up until date, what have you been doing to get your life together? That's the first thing I want to ask you. And the second thing is, what can advice that you can give to young women that may go through or maybe going through the same, environment that you went through when you was younger, that you can give them that if they hear it, it could potentially lead them on the right track.
So right now, when I came in 2017, that was the shortest bit I ever had in my life. And it ate me up real bad. God didn't play about me on that bed, and He let me know that that lifestyle was over with. So, something happened to me in the jail. Can I share it?
If you want to, that's up to you.
Okay. We was just talking about God, and I had a baby father that was my best friend. He saved my life in the process of me being on the street, and he got murdered on Thanksgiving morning. And I don't see him often, but when I was in Connecticut jail, it was raining, and in that jail they locked you down. Any kind of foul weather, you got to go on lock. So it was just I didn't have a celly either, so I definitely was like bugging out in that.
Yeah.
So we locking down at 4 o'clock, man. Like I know he in there for the rest of the night. That shit's bugged out. So in the process of that, he came to me and he was like, "Yo, you gotta stop being selfish. Like you're being selfish. God bless you with this, and you taking that for granted, and da 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 da. I always told you like you could cook. Why you not doing that? Why you not taking something that everybody love you for and making no money out of it and do something legal with it? Like you just over here doing this, doing that. Like that shit is dumb." So when I woke up or whatever, I was just like, usually, so like I was in a big camp because they was trying to place me. My last like little week, 2 weeks or a week and a half, like I moved to medium. And usually when I be in jail, niggas be like, "What you gonna do when you get back on the street?" I be like, "Nigga, I'm doing what the fuck I gotta do. Like you might see me again, you might don't. Like it is what it's fucking is with me." And when I come back, nigga, I have some goodies for y'all. Like, but I'm like, I'm gonna call y'all. Call me when what I'm saying. I always do that. Call me when when I get out. Call me and shit. If I do a revolving door situation, niggas fuck with me because I always answer the phone. So I don't be having no problems. Niggas really gonna fuck with me. So, and I made that promise to God. I told God that I wasn't gonna be touching nothing. You know what I'm saying? God said He's gonna give me the tools that I needed to, provide for my big lifestyle that I have. The things that I like. You know what I'm saying? And keep me out of incarceration if I stayed obedient and I did what He told me to do. So this might sound like a fake story to everybody, but this is a real ass story. So I get out of jail February 28th, 2017, and I take that promise. Usually, like I said, when I be in jail, everybody, what you gonna do? I'm getting back to it. This is what it is. This time when them bitches asking me, "Yo, what you gonna do?" I'm like, I'm going to culinary school because I was already back in there. Everybody bringing me the combo, cutting up the sausages, the pepper. I already got all that shit linking. I already told them fat bitches by the microwave that that's my microwave by this time, and I gotta cook me and my people some food, nigga. Like, y'all gotta move. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that everybody was dumping my shit in my style, they like, "Yo, what you put in this?" Like, what? Like, yeah, that was God. Like, yeah, you keep moving. You know what I'm saying? You keep moving when you get out of here. This is what I need you to do. So, basically, I came out and I was like, damn, I gotta get in this school. So I was calling the school every day. Now I get out February 28th. I call in school March 1st. I keep calling the school every day. So I was like, leaving a message for the lady that my homegirl told me to call to get into school. So this school give you a stipend if you was incarcerated, if you was in the military, or if you got some type of drug, I think HIV type of situation and going on or whatever. They give you a $10,000
Grant.
scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, whatever. So my friend who was incarcerated, she told me about the program because she, did her thing out of it. So I was like, oh, let me do it too. So I called Addictive, like, yo, I need that number. So I keep calling Miss Cherry, Miss Cherry. I keep calling this lady Miss Cherry. I'm like, so this is 3 days before this shit is about to end. So that was like, it's my son's birthday, like March 15th or something like that. So I'm like, yo, she called me. She like, you spoke to Miss Cherry? I'm like, yo, son, this lady ain't never answered the phone. Yo, I'm going back. I'm staying here almost 3 weeks, no money. Like, what's going on? Like, nah, I'm not doing this now. I'm like, fuck all that. Like, maybe that wasn't part of the plan. So she like, yo, call her one more time, son. I swear to you, just call one more time. Just try one more time. I swear to you, when I call, she like, hello, Miss Sherry. I'm like, yo, where you was at? She like, who is this? I'm like, yo, this the girl you gotta save my life. I need to be up in that school, yo. What's good with you? She was like, well, everybody can't come to my school. Da, 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 da. I was like, yo, Miss Cherry, if you don't let me in your school by next week, I'm gonna be back in jail.
For real.
She paused. She said, who are you? I give her my name. I was like, yo, word up. I just bust out crying. I was like, yo, I need this. Yo, I gotta get in this. Like, I don't know. I'm saying I was calling you for almost 15 days. And you pick up, she's like, well, the class now, this is like the 15th. I tell you, the class start on Monday. She's like, yo, could you make it on Monday to the open house? I'm like, oh, wow. She like, as soon as you go to the open house, you start that week. It's she breaking everything down. I'm like, I don't even got no, I was ready, but I was like, damn. I'm like, fuck, I come to the program. She throw me in there. And from there, I graduated top of my class. I graduated. I ended up getting awards from the chefs because I made the best appetizer. I had problems in there. I was the only female, so you know what I'm saying. I had a lot of problems in there, and I wanted to quit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't not really no quitter, but it was kind of hard in there. Especially coming from the street, making a transition from the street money and best what you've been doing since 13, 14, making it on your own. And now you took my culinary school is a slow process. Is
Yeah.
people in there that's not in my league talking shit. And I'm cocky. I'm like, fuck you talking to you. So I was so I needed a lot of things to grow with me. And I made it. I graduated, and then I opened up my own business. And this is me. It's called
Shout out to
Connecticut.
you. Shout out to you opening your own business. And just identify, we about to get back into that because I definitely want you to have a link so people can check you out, right? Just listening to that, I'm just identifying exactly what we was talking about, how God worked. You
Mm-hmm.
made a promise to God that you was going to go on the right path. In the first 15 to 21 days you was home, you was calling, you wasn't getting a response. That was the test. That was the test to see if you was going to hold true, that I believe, to the promise that you made to God.
I'm
Because
gonna be something.
it's not a coincidence that the day that you wanted to give up is the day that your friend said, call one more time. And it's the same day that she finally answered.
It was weird. I don't even like telling the story because I be like, people start reading the
Nah,
story. Like, this
listen.
just sound fake.
Nah, listen. I'm a firm believer of how God operate in instances like that. And I believe God does it like that to show you that it was him that did that. So
Right,
you
right.
got your own business today. Let's talk about what's the name of it, what's the links to it, so people can find you. And definitely shout out to you for what you're doing.
So I made this oxtail cupcake with macaroni and cheese. So it really didn't have nothing to really do with the school. That's something that I created one day in the house. And it went up there. It went viral on
Okay.
Facebook. And then everybody just wanted to try it and buy it. This is before oxtail became this big old thing, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden. So I was just like the oxtail queen. I was just making everything oxtail. So then people started to book me for catering. So I was started off with like small meals, but that was like a lot. And I'm a businesswoman. So I was like, well, how can I incorporate? So I started making longer meals. And then I started to show like my skills, like how I went from these little plates from back in the day. Like even though I always cook, like I told you, but how my plates are now, like they are
Yeah.
restaurant. Like even what I'm about to put up when I get off the phone with you, like my salmon is the same. Is salmon that people gonna go pay $100 for. I know how to get perfection on my salmon. I know how to do, egg benedict. I know how to make my own mayonnaise, like things I didn't know how to do before, but I knew how to cook. So I I think I did pretty well for myself. I feel like I feel like people love my personality, and I think that's a lot to do with me selling food. I think sometimes people just come to see me. I really do because they be like, "I love you, girl. You is so funny." So when I be like, as you can see your whole video, I just been a sailor mouth. I just been myself. Like I can't even be
Oh,
nobody else. So
that's the best way to
like,
be. That's the best way to be. Always being yourself. So what's the name of your business where you sell your food at? What's the name of it?
it's called Shut Up and Eat. So the name is, you will know. So when for me being incarcerated, when you eat in a chow hall, they always be like, "Shut up and eat, man." So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that when people laugh at not they don't laugh at the name in a bad way. People they be like, "What's the name of your business?" I be like, "Shut up and eat," and they be like, "Whoa, I like the name," but it
Ah,
really comes from the prison. So everything that
smart, smart,
yeah, it was
smart,
everything was revolve around my situation. So
smart. Nah, that's smart. I tell people all the time, if you was a decent to good hustler, when you change your life, God just take what you used to do in the negative and flip it to the positive, and then turn it into a business because you already equipped with the skill set. That's all it comes down to. That's all it comes down to. Uh, what advice would you give to, in general, but to specifically young girls that may be headed down the wrong path?
that's a tricky question to me.
No, you got lived experience. So you have lived
What do you
experience.
mean the wrong path?
The wrong path of what I'm saying that could lead them to the streets or prison.
Well, you should know this also, and I often say this. You don't have to be a criminal to commit a crime.
True.
And 50 always say this, and this is big. They not listening. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. So you could be a decent civilian, because I knew decent civilians that came in and cried their eyes out because they was drunk driving, that they done killed all these fucking people. Or they, like the stories I hear as a woman and the husband had to give is different. Um, Man, that's deep. I mean, I really want to tell a lot of women, please don't take it personal, men. Don't follow a man. Like a lot of women be behind bars for a man. You know what I'm saying? Like love yourself enough to like, and don't do nothing to no another woman for no man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these crimes was orchestrated because of a man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of the women population, what I could say, are in there because of a man.
Wow,
Okay,
listen.
they not in there. So like me, I always say this, and I'm not taking. I want nobody to think I'm like gloating about it. No, I always did. I was in a situation where somebody pointed me out on the stand, and I knew from right there, like you do all your dirt by you're lonely. You're gonna take a chance. You're gonna take a chance by yourself. You do
For
not need
sure.
nobody paying. So a lot of my crimes, they even if I was arrested. they wasn't able to do anything with me because there's no evidence. Because if I'm the person, who I'm
True.
telling them,
No, that's true. That's true. But I agree from a lot of stuff that I read or see of why women get incarcerated. From your lived experience, you lived it as a woman, so you know what women, from your perspective, what women, the decision they should make to keep them from prison. Right? Let's just put it that way, and that's just what it is.
when you dealing with these females knocking at their door, you know what I'm saying? Think. I'm talking about the situations where I know people was in the prison for. Think before you go with that dude. Talking about we just the money's in the crib, we in and out. It's blood on your hands now. Somebody got clapped. A kid got hurt. Y'all
Yeah,
niggas can't even live with yourself in the pen.
yeah.
Then y'all do these things. You gotta think. Do these things. You crying all day. Cause I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. I got my own stuff, so yeah, stay home. Cause you
No,
might need me. You
yeah.
and I'm not being funny right now,
No,
son. You will
I,
might need me. I know you see me being nice, jokey on here, but in prison, I'm not the same person. We go in the yard too. Y'all don't know we move like y'all too. You getting hit too.
yeah.
You getting shot, and you know what I mean. You getting shot. That's it. When I gotta handle something, I'm handling that, and I don't give a fuck who you be. Like when I was in Connecticut, I'm from New Haven. I said I don't give a fuck where you from, shorty. All they gonna know is this a bitch from New Haven just got her ass whooped. Straight the fuck up. If I don't speak to moms,
Ah,
you gonna
listen.
keep this fucking phone and I turn it to. And it's sad if you ain't got that. We see you coming. You will wash drawers. You will put that. You will put them motherfucking clothes in that slop sink and wash my shit. Probably better than the motherfucking clean right. Okay.
That's real. That's the life of prison. That's the life of
Do what
prison.
though? And I don't give a fuck how many visits I got, but they didn't bring me those. What
Yeah.
size is those? Those my size. An 8? Yeah, I'm bopping in those. Sometimes I never even went to commissary. I remember my cousin used to be like, yo, this bitch thinks she the Dawn. I said, I am the Dawn. This is my house. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about? If I don't feel like shopping today, they got me.
Yeah. Now that's definitely real. I want to definitely say I salute you from going through your experiences and turning your life around the way that you have today. 9 years being free. You doing positive things. You got your own business. Shut up and eat. Listen, salute to you for doing that. And I definitely appreciate you for taking your time out to share your story.
Salute to you and thank you for giving women a voice, especially as Woman Month. and it's Women's Day today, actually, too. So we appreciate you if nobody told you. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody needs to get, I appreciate you for even letting them know like what be going on behind the walls with the woman. And I just want everybody to think before they act. Woman, man, you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful out here. Take care of your kids if y'all have any. Take care of your moms, your family, if y'all got whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just stay free, man. Stay sucker free, man. That shit is really for the birds. That shit is not a good place and mentally leaves you with PTSD. You know what I'm saying? And if you survive that in a good nature, God bless you, but it's not no place nobody really gonna be. I know I did a lot of laughing, but it's just I ain't have no choice and I ain't have no
Yeah.
choice. My back was against the wall. Everybody got a different story. And like I said at the beginning, I never wanted to be in jail. I wanted to be a lawyer. And it's so crazy to say that if I would have had a loving mother that came healed and loved me and hugged me, I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have been a detective, the lead detective. I probably would have been forensic. I don't know because those are the things that's the lifestyle that I grew up. That's where it was leading me because I'm very educated. I'm very very smart. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. Follow your dreams. Stay sucker free. Please don't get caught up in this social media shit. That's really you know what I'm saying. And if you could, like for the young girls, I know I just want to say this too. Like a lot of times with us, our moms be our biggest ops. So you know what I'm saying? Like if you could find sistership in somebody in the streets, whether it be a teacher, a nurse, you know, your neighbor, you know, if you could find an OG or something that you could get under, you know what I'm saying, and they can give you some good, solid advice like me, you know what I'm saying, like that's that thing gonna help you. Cause my sons and I just want to say this, even though I'm wild, my son is married. My son is going to police academy. It is weird, like that's my oldest son. His dad was murdered when he was 7. And my other son is the top science and math. He's going to the HBCU high school. He is the top science kid of the district. So I know y'all heard me doing a lot of crazy, but I don't think I'm
Nah,
playing.
listen, shout out to them. I look at it sometimes that we go through the pain so our kids don't have to go through it, right? And them generational curses that everybody talk about, God stopping with you, and now your kids is living a beautiful life.
My son gonna run you up because my son been fiending me for me to tell something to somebody. He be like, "Tell your story." So
Nah,
I
nah, I
got my son
definitely,
on YouTube running you up telling everybody because he love
nah,
watching stuff on YouTube
nah,
like
I definitely appreciate Lady having this time.
this.
Salute
He
to you,
gonna
like
run
I
you
said.
up.
Continue doing what you doing.
Run this man up. Everybody's story. Run him up.
As we can see, Lady went from surviving the streets to now being her own business owner with her own restaurant called Shut Up and Eat. This is just a powerful transformation story of redemption that Lady went through. And young women out there, young girls out there, pay attention to what Lady is explaining. You do not want to go through the same experiences as her or anyone else that will lead you to a life of crime. There is always a better way out there to make better decisions, no matter how hard it is. So let's just keep saving souls one at a time.